Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie. If you're tuning in, it's a Saturday morning here in Minnesota. It is a rainy day, and it's just fine because the sun's coming out later. All right, as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Got some little ladies sitting around the table just staring at me. It's going to be a great day. We have been going through this book here on the page called The Pursuit. It's the pursuit in life, right? So I love to tell people right off the bat, listen, if you are here and you are brand new, this page is full of recipes and different ideas, different ways to get you started on your keto low carb journey. There's lots of things that I can help with. And one of those things is mindset. So we've been going through this book called The Pursuit. We've been going through books for a year. If you're looking for recipes, how to get started, a foods list, or any of the books that we've gone through in the past, go to KetoMomSecrets.com. Coming in from Singapore. How are you? Is it Yvonne? Eva? I might have said your name wrong. I'm super sorry. But look there's people watching from all over the place, and that is amazing. I love that. We have some really dear friends in Singapore. We've got a friend, they're all over there, but we've got Liz, Abby, and June, and I talk to them almost every single day. They're so great. And so good morning. I love it. I see Sharon from Texas. Where are you tuning in from? Hi, Tisha. Good morning. Tisha and I talk often. She's pretty amazing. We've got Linda. I love it. Good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning. All right. So this is the book we're going through. And Ohio. My sister lives in Ohio. She is in Mansfield. We've got Ireland. Look at that's amazing. In Kansas, South Dakota. I'm in Minnesota. I'm so sorry. I was joking with my kids. It's chilly. It's raining. It'll be fine. All right. Here's what we do in the mornings. We go through a book to help you understand your mindset. So a couple things really early this morning. Are you thankful? Like, did you wake up on the right side of the bed or the wrong side of the bed? And which side is the right side? The right side is the positive side. So did you wake up with a heart of gratitude? Did you wake up with a thankful attitude? Did you wake up with a winner's mentality or a loser's mentality? And the reason I say that is because he talks about that. We're on chapter 8 of this book. And I actually sometimes hate it. Do you guys have certain words that trigger you? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that word. So I'm going to read the first little paragraph because this is what he says. He says, winners think alike. It is true. The people that you are around, your friends rub off on you or vice versa, and you end up thinking and talking and even living life similar to those that you surround yourself with. So he says, when I read books by people who are accumulating great wealth, I normally agree with almost everything they say. But it's amazing how many times I find losers who disagree with me and the books that I'm reading. But I understand losers think differently than winners. And I read that this morning and I was like, I don't know why the whole winners, losers, those words trigger me to like tense up for a second because I feel bad. Like, I don't want somebody to feel like they're a loser. I actually, if I wrote a book, I don't think I would say loser. But if I just take a step back for a second this morning, I was like, all right, why do I feel like that? Because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But then I realized something. I was sitting here and I was like, I'll give you an example. We've got a whole bunch of youth kids raising money to go on a missions trip for our church. And they are on our land. They're working with my husband and one of the youth leaders. They're all doing some outside work. It's raining out. I think it's cold. I messaged Tony and my husband. I'm like, listen, send the boys home. They can come back a different day. And Tony was like, no, they need to learn how to work. They can work in the rain. They're just fine. And I'm like, no, they might melt. I don't think you should do it. And he's like, Stephanie, they're just fine. And it's the same, like sometimes people have to hear the hard truth. Like that's not the best example, but I want everybody to feel good. So when somebody needs a reality check, or if somebody asks me a question, sometimes I have to be like, if I know they're doing something that's really, isn't it interesting how you can point out, I don't know how to explain what I want to say. Losers and winners. It's a reality of losers and winners. And as much as we don't want to call somebody a loser, as much as we don't want, like, there's probably nicer ways to say it. We live in a world where everybody thinks everybody wins. Let's say it like that. Everybody gets a trophy. I'm going to tell you something. Please don't be offended. I was at a soccer game the other day, watching some kids play, and this little boy walked over, and I was like, hey, how did the game go? He's like, we lost. Like, we lost pretty bad. We lost. And then he turns around and goes, but it's okay because we're all winners. Everybody, we all win, so it's fine. And in theory, your mindset, yes, like you are a winner, you can do this, your mindset will take you a lot further than, but there's also an aspect of like, why are we giving all these kids trophies? Does that make sense? Like, so when, I'm just giving you an example. I read this morning and I'm like, he's really using the loser word a lot. But if you understand the fact of average, if you understand the fact of like, I actually have goals I'm going after. He talks about the 90-10 rule. He's like, listen, you can be like 90% of people, or you can be the 10% that actually go after their goals, that have to go after their dreams, that actually have a winner's mentality. Where do you want to be when you're 80 years old? He would say a winner or a loser. What defines that? It's up to you. Totally on a rant, because I feel like we give out too many trophies. Does that make sense? And I am guilty for it. I try to make everybody feel happy, and everybody like, it's okay. You're doing good. Oh, you're doing fine. When in reality, I'm like, listen, buck up. I should say that to some people, because it's like a never ending around the same mountain over and over and over again. And sometimes you need to be smacked along the face and say, listen, you know what to do. Get off your hiney and let's get moving. All right, let's stick to the book, because clearly I'm off on like a tangent that I'm not even explaining very well. All right, so he says, a lot of times people don't understand how much they have in them and how we all need somebody to unlock the doors to our hearts. Hi. I told them about how you're making these boys men outside and they're working in the rain. You smell like rain. And,
it is raining.
And then he was talking about winners and losers. And I said, sometimes we get out too many trophies. We think life needs to be super easy. It's not. You need to do the work. And then I got on a tangent about giving out too many trophies to people.
That's true. I agree.
All right.
All right, you're doing great.
Is it cold?
It's a little cold.
He's got the boys working in the rain. But he said, and Tony said, these boys can work in the rain and it's good for them.
We all have rain jackets.
Need to turn boys into men. That's what they're doing. All right. And they're earning money for their trip. So he says, some of the best winners to learn from are kids. He says, listen, look at kids. We need to have an attitude like the youth. Success is an attitude. And he tells stories about looking at kids on the playground, having fun, smiling, like, I'm going to keep going. All right. He says you can't be around winners and not get dividends. Winners think alike. If you want to be successful, listen, success is in lots of different areas. If you want to be successful in any area of your life, then you've got to learn to be a good thinker and the right kind of thinking. The greatest education outside of the Word of God can be found in stories of those who have succeeded. Whatever you're going after in life. In the last book that we read, we went through the book called the Kazone. Good morning, Leanne. We went through the book called Kazone. And it talks about different areas of your life, your spiritual life, your work life, your relationships life, your financial, and then your physical. And in anything that you are desiring to get better in, you've got to find mentors to help learn from, to coach you, to sometimes give you the hard truth, to be like, listen, you're not going in the right way. Or to maybe like redirect you. Does that make sense? I'm on chapter 8. This is the book that we're going through. We're talking about winning and losing, You've got to accept the fact that you have genius ability inside of you. Your mind is a muscle and you have to put in the work for you to get what you want out of it, right? It says, without heroes, we are all plain people. Those who can help you are not going to help you if you don't do your part, right? You can gather all the information. You can learn from a whole bunch of mentors. You can meet with people. You can study people. You can listen to podcasts and books. But until your part is to do the work, there's no shortage of information. No shortage. I had to learn this phrase from somebody who was helping us in business. And I loved it because he says sometimes people just want you to hand them everything, to do everything for them. And so he says, this is what I coach people on in the financial world. He says, I will help you. He goes, listen, my part is 4 words. I will help. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 words. This mentor came on and coached our team. And he said, I'm responsible for 3 words. You're responsible for the rest. I will help. He says, that's my part. And then he says, here's what you need to do. You build your business. He says there's 7 words that you need to understand. I will help. And then he says, you're responsible for this part. You build your business. I could say this to you. I will help you get healthier. There's 6. I will help. That's my part. I'm giving you information. I'm giving you different tools. I'm giving you things to think about. Hopefully I'm opening your mindset. And then you get healthier. You have to do the work. You have to. He says that's the difference between winners and losers. You take action or you don't. You learn from others or you don't. You work on your mindset and believe that you can do it or you don't. He says, if you're going to build your own business, you need to expand your thinking. You need to read books that make you think bigger. He tells a ton of different stories. I'm not going to read the stories to you. He says, pick your mentors and pick them well. Hold on. Hey, girls, don't hit the table, please. Pick your mentors and pick them well. Look at the ones that have got long-term success. It's a big difference between long-term success and something that is a mess. If you plan to win, learn from the best. If you plan to lose, learn from the rest. You'll know that your head's rising above the crowd when you've got tomatoes coming at you. He said, learn to love the tomatoes. Isn't that right? Like when you have an awareness of, oh my goodness, like my mindset is huge. The words I speak are huge. When you have an awareness of truly what success looks like and the amount of hard work it takes to get there, when you have an awareness, you very much you're going to rise above the average person. And all of a sudden, you're going to have tomatoes thrown at you. You're going to have words spoken of you. You're going to have people that go, I can't believe that you think you can do that. And you're going to have to rise above and go, it's all right. I know I'm going in the right direction. If you're going to become a winner, then you've better realize that you're going to join the elite crowd. You're not going to join the masses. Got a couple more things to read. All right, this is one of my favorite parts. He says, you've got to accept the fact that you've got genius ability inside of you. Your mind is a muscle and it's going to put out what you put in. If you put in garbage, you're going to get garbage out. If you hang around people who have genius in them, then you are planting the seeds of genius in your mind. Garbage in your mind could be movies you're watching. Listen, I watched garbage last night called Jurassic Park. I made a funny reel about it, but for real, super scary. So I stopped watching it and did like a live at midnight, packing ketones. And that's kind of silly. What I mean by that is like loser mentality, trash words. All you have to do is sit around people. Listen, we're going to 4 graduation parties and a birthday party. My other daughters have another birthday party today. Today's full of parties. And if you sit at a table and if you just shut your mouth and you listen to what people are talking about, you can easily figure out where their mindset is, right? Oh, I can't. This is terrible. Have you been watching the news? This is what somebody, I don't think I can say that because they'll know who they are. I was going to say a phrase I hear often. It's about somebody that hang around. I'm not going to say it. It's a negative phrase that said so many. I'm like, I mean, is there anything going right in the world? Let's just sit and listen. and pay attention to your words. If you put in garbage, you're going to get out garbage. That's it. Oftentimes, I would even say, and don't take it, actually, I'm not going to say don't take offense to this because you might. Listen to the way your children speak. Listen, and if they're, I'm saying like under teens, more is caught than taught. If you don't like the way your young children are acting, and there's an action of like your kids are kids, but like listen to the words that are coming out of your kid's mouth. How do they talk to you? How do they talk to others? And then go, where are they learning that from? Super important. Or what are they watching? Are you allowing them to scroll on YouTube? Are you allowing them to put all of these, like what's going into your kid's mind? Listen to their words. You'll figure it out very soon. As a man believeth in his heart, so is he. Do you believe that you can do it? Like, do you truly believe that the desires in your heart, can you do it? As a man believeth in his heart, so is he. It's super important. What do you believe for yourself? Do you believe that you're always going to be here? I will never accomplish this. Why is it everybody else? Or, which kind of tells me you need to be in a different circle of people and around a different environment, or putting different stuff in your mindset. Or are you on the other end of like, I know I can do this. It's hard. I know I can do this, but I'm going to keep going until I get there. Let's see. Average people don't know what winners do. Talks about the power of like average and losers and winners and the hard work that it takes. He says, when you're a winner, you're going to start dreaming and you've got dreams. When you're a loser, you've got regrets. All right, I agree with that. If this is triggering you in some way, shape, or form, it's the book. Good morning. Okay. The winner says, let me do it for you. The loser says, that's not my job. The winner sees answers for every problem. The loser sees problems for every answer. Your choice is, which one do you want to be? That's where we're going to end. That's chapter 8. Winning or losing. Winners or losers. And it boils down to the mindset and the hard work you're willing to put in, and the mentors and the books and the things that you're putting. Garbage in, garbage out. Truth in, truth out. Wisdom in, wisdom out. Right? Who are you learning from? And then how are you taking action on those things? You can't just learn it. You actually have to do the work. All right, that's chapter 8. If you have no idea what this book is about, it's about the pursuit in life, in any area of your life. And he's just giving you different concepts of things to think about, right? So it's not just about food here in the mornings. This is about, listen, your health journey is more than the food you put in your mouth. Period.com. The next one we'll be talking about is a big mouth shows a small mind. All right. Probably the power of your words. I'm really excited. I mean, I love this book. It's 31 chapters. We'll get through it by the end of the month. And then we're going to start the book called Just One More. Or One More. I think that's what it's called. All right. We have some graduation parties, birthday parties, all the parties to go to today. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Thank you for tuning in. How was my date night? You're so sweet. We just went out for dinner and then we came home, watched Jurassic Park with the girls. Did anybody see Top Gun? The new one? We were going to go see it, and then we decided not to go see it. There was tons of traffic. Anytime we go on a date, it's usually like an hour away. We live in a small town. And all the big towns that are around us, we've got cottonwood trees too. That besides the rain, yesterday it looked like it was snowing. The cotton is coming down like crazy. Hibachi. So salmon, steak, and veggies. Super simple. Anytime we go out to eat, I usually have salmon. It's one of my favorites. Top Gun. I heard the movie was excellent. I heard it was probably I guess it's rated. It's supposed to be one of the best movies made in a really long time. We'll probably go to it. We'll see. But we didn't make it. So we just had dinner and then came home. Hung out with our amazing kids. They're all smiling at me. All right. Thank you. I know I love it. So great. Hibachi. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I know the cottonwoods, let me tell you. I looked outside and I was like, it is raining cotton. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Message me with any questions you have. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.